Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Veal, and welcome to Andromeda-six. I have no idea what this game is about. Let's get into it. Caesar's Black House Blood. Doesn't matter. Let's go. Enter your name. Where? Just type. You do that right. Let's see, I'm a human. Let's see. Alien. Humanoid race gifted with the ability to live both on land or water. Or normal human. Let's just be this humanoid water human thing. Episode 1. Error 44. My eyes crack open slowly, one and then the other. There was heaviness that settled behind them, and I squinted as they adjust to the fluorescent lights hanging overhead. And wrong button. With a low groan, I managed to push myself up on my elbows, surveying my surroundings consumingly. A small room, metal walls, a desk, 2 doors positioned. Can't speak up. Never mind that, I can speak. A couple of empty crates sit stacked in one corner, and over the room gives the impression of being unused. No personal belongings, no decoration, it's all quiet. Bare. I panicked for a moment, my mind racing through all the possible reasons there could be to explain my being here, in this place I don't recognize, with no memory of how I got here. Am I in a cell? I pushed myself into a sitting position. My body feeling like an entire building has fallen on it. The mattress beneath me, although soft enough to be comfortable, does nothing to soothe the ache that has settled in my muscles. My eyes flicked over the room once more again, eyebrows dipping in confusion. There's something else, a whirling. I feel it almost as much as I hear it. The room moving. My breath sticks in my throat, panic and confusion rising in me like a wave. Where the hell am I? And why can't I remember anything? The door opposite me hissed and shifts, sliding back into the wall as it opens, and something in me turns defensive. Turns defensive, pulls my knees into my chest. Let's see, what voice should we just give this guy? I didn't know you were awake. The man that entered, so tall his head almost touched the top of the door frame. Apologies, I should have knocked. He offered me a tight smile, and the metal chair beneath the desk swiped across the floor as he pulls out, sitting and leaning forward with his arms resting on his knees. How are you feeling? He looks at me. I can say that word. And through. I refused to let my guard down so easily, and enter skid me anyway. I can lie. I feel fine, thanks. I look at the man over, from his gentle half smile to his casual posture. My gaze falls nervously upon the pistols dropped to his body. There is nothing in his demeanor that suggests he intends to use them. He certainly doesn't look like he's here to harm me. I think I'm fine, thanks. He certainly does look like he's here to harm me. Okay, I think I'm fine, thanks. Glad to hear that. His eyes squinted, and he smiles at me, and I found myself thinking, there's something I like about them. Something more. I was worried about you after. His eyes flickered a little, almost as though he would take back those words if he could. After what? The awkward silence that follows is noticeable, his hesitation hanging thick in the air. Something happened, something big, and somehow I can't remember what. Though, even in that face of uncertainty, only thing is abundantly clear. Whether I can trust the man in front of me or not, I need answers. Where am I, or who are you? First things first is, I ask, who are you anyway? He hesitates, only a moment before something unseen inside him shifts. I'm June. This ship we're on is the andromeda-six, the finest cruiser around, in my home. At least for the time being, anyway. June paused before saying any more, his brow furrowed in thought. What can I call you? I opened my mouth to tell him, but stopped short when no memory of my name surfaced. Who am I? I have a name. I feel it there, on the tip of my tongue. But every time I reach out, it escapes me. Not sure. June frowns. I can't keep the worry from bubbling inside of me. I should be able to remember something as simple as my own name. Closing my eyes, I tried to coax the memory to the forefront of my mind. I can almost feel it on the tip of my tongue, and I know it's close, but hidden behind mist in my mind. Nothing. I can't remember. My thought tightens. At the realization, not knowing where I am is one thing, but not knowing my own name. All the names that cross my mind feel foreign. Not one of them stands out in mine. Panic begins to crawl into my lungs, constricting my throat, leaving me gasping for breath. Hey, don't panic, look at me. June pulls his chair to the bed, his eyes locked on mine. He takes a deep breath into his nose, releasing it through his mouth. With a hand, he gestures for me to do the same. After a few breaths in and out, my muscle seems to unknot a little, returning to me. Now, close your eyes, relax. Just keep breathing through it. I'm hesitant, but I follow his instructions. Rolling my shoulders a little, I close my eyes, and out a deep, shuddering breath. I know my name. It's here somewhere. Don't try to focus it. Focus on clearing your mind, calming it. Let it come to you. His voice washes over me like a balm, soothing and healing my fractured nerves. Breathe in. Breathe out. In, out. Ever so slowly, my mind empties. The darkness leaves behind, like an endless abyss, waiting to be filled. After a few more moments, something clicks into place. Like a download button in my brain has regained power once again. Trying to hold on other threats at bay, I part my lips and speak the only words that hang like a neon light in the back of my mind. Dr. Veal. Dr. Veal, that's my name. A breath of fresh air washes through my lungs, my frustration from earlier receding a little. I tried to push a little further, a last name, or even a home. But the more I try, the more black hole of my memory sucks me into nothingness. Nothing comes to mind, not even the slightest inkling. I decide not to push it anymore for now. My first name will have to do. Slowly, I open my eyes again. A smile tugged at my lips as my eyes fall upon June and that contagious, lopsided grin of his. I'm Dr. Veal. June grins wider, and it's one of the smiles that reaches his eyes, wrinkles the skin beside them. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Veal. Do you remember anything else? I searched my mind. Every darkened crevice and corner, but came up short. No. Standing up now, right? June lets out a sigh, as if it burdens him to be the only one to tell me whatever comes next. There was an attack on the palace in Siltavi. We found you unconscious nearby. A bridge has collapsed. Well, it has been destroyed, actually. Our medic healed what she could, but we never expected memory loss to be a factor. Perhaps you lived around the area. Does any of this sound familiar to you? I shake my head. I recall the city of Sitovia, capital of the planet. Gold is. But I live there? But did I live there? Do I have life there? Or a family waiting for me? My mind seems battered in the darkness, coming up blank with each attempt to remember my past. I'm sorry. I remember the city, but nothing past that. June ducks his head, thinking for a moment. It could be some type of short memory loss. We have our minute look over you again. If you remember where you're from, we can help you get back there. There must be someone waiting for you. There isn't. The words leave my mouth before I could stop them. But somehow, I know it's true. And even if it wasn't, what good would it be if I can't remember that? Dude shifts his chair, but I cut in before he has the chance to say more. All I know right now is my name. I have you to thank for that. It's a start, right? I chew on my bottom lip anxiously, feeling his eyes flicker over me. I know the thought of forgetting everything should be terrifying, but for some reason, I feel calm or worried. My character seems worried right now. Worried, calm right now. Feel calm, at peace with whatever has happened to me. I do not know if it's a sign, an opportunity for me to take for me to make a fresh start. I still want to remember something, anything, but I couldn't be on the run. For all I know, exiled even. Better to avoid that kind of trouble, don't you think? An uneasiness settled in my stomach, and I think that perhaps I more shaken up than I'd let on. The only consult can't speak is that June seems even more concerned than I am. His eyes go wide at my words, and I can practically feel the concern dripping from him. Sorry. We should get you to the medic. She'll be able to help you far better than I can. She's, Taliri. Perhaps you remember their reputation. Indeed. Tilari are exponential healers, though I can't recall ever meeting any of the species before. June offers his hand to help me stand, and when I take his skin is surprisingly warm. A stark contrast to the cold metal walls of the room around us, despite the roughness of his skin, like calluses on his fingers. His touch is gentle. For a moment, I think I'm okay to stand on my own, but when I let go of his hand, my legs buckle beneath me. Letting out a yelp, I'm hit with a sense of falling only for a split second before a strong arms around my waist holding me up. Dr. Theo, are you alright? I'm not afraid, that's gross. I'm okay. Sorry. June holds me as I steady myself until I'm confident I can stand on my own, letting go of him with a grateful smile. That was a close one, thanks. He chuckles at my awkward attempts to smooth my temporary clumsiness. At least, I hope it was temporary. Okay. I'm cut short with the lights above blinking a couple times. The ship lurches, prompting June to steady me with a hand on my arm once again. What was that? Just checking out technical issues. What kind of technical issues? Last thing I needed is to be stranded on the broken ship with no memory. One crisis at a time, thank you very much. June smiles at me reassuringly. I hope I said that right. Nothing to worry about. Come on, I'll shoot the infantry on the way out. Okay. It's weird at the start of this. I follow behind June down a couple corridors. This ship isn't massive, any means, but it certainly seems bigger than I expected. When he stops in front of a set of blue transparent double doors, he turns to me. This is where I leave you. I should probably get to the bridge before all hell breaks loose. The alarm must show on my face because he shakes his head and chuckles softly. Nothing to worry about. No, hidden in. Rania, that was call you that. Rania will take care of you. Thank you, June. He stops and gives me a strange look, his eyes wide. But just as quickly, he smiles gently and nods before disappearing down the corridor. When I enter the infirmary, as caution and quietly as a rabbit avoiding a trap, the first thing that hits me is the smell. It smells clean, but not that in a sterile medical way. More like dewy grass and fresh rain, like the open air and sky. It reminds me of a cool spring morning, though I can't recall having ever experienced one. It's almost homely. Sounds like a girl, so
Oh, you're awake?
the voice that startles me is surprisingly soft, and my head tilts to follow the sound. She's tarry by the looks of her luminescent skin, her primal yellow eyes.
I'm Ronya. It's good to finally see you up and about.
You've been looking after me? She smiles. There's something so soft, so calmly about it. There's that it's smooth right down to my bones. I'm reluctant to let my guard down so easily, but her soothing presence hardly implies fear.
Yes.
The voice cracked.
Yes. I'm the medic. Yes, I'm the medic here. And your name is?
Dr. Veal.
Pleasure to meet you, Dr. Veal. Please take a seat. Let's have a look at you.
She gestures with long, thin fingers toward the medical chair that's opposite. It's positioned beneath the center of the room. That's positioned in the center of the room, and I follow her instructions, noting the plastic that crinkles beneath me as I sit.
So, how are you feeling?
Physically, I think I'm okay, but I hesitate. She cocks her head to the side, watching me curiously, giving me time to get my thoughts in order. I haven't been able to remember much besides my name.
I see.
I think I say her name. Grabs a long silver wand from the medical table and hoists it in front of me.
May I?
I nodded. She lights the tip with a swish, shining the blue light on the end of my eyes to one after the other.
I suspect you had a concussion. My voice is cracked, but when they brought you in here, you had hay. And excuse me for my voice crack, but as I was saying, you had hit your head rather hard. I cleaned it up and lasered the wound back together, but I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do for memory loss.
Her fingers are cool against my scalp. When she inspects the old wound next, giving an approving hum at whatever she finds there.
Have you noticed any issues with your vision or coordination?
The silver wand is pressed gently inside my ear before Ronya pulls it back out and inspects the strange emanated substance on the side. When I first got out of bed, I lost my balance. Since then, apart from the memory thing, I've been feeling fine. Ronya holds one from my face vertically, and the blue light washes over me, blinking for a few seconds before it dissipates entirely. When I followed her gaze to the screen behind me, the images has changed, depicting a series of numbers and icons I can't understand. Your scans are almost... Excuse me.
Your scans are almost back to normal, aside from brushing here and there, bruising. Excuse me, here and there, though that's to be expected.
She stands back and inspects me, her nose crinkled slightly in thought.
Physically, you're healing well. If you already remembered your name, my best guess would be a mild case of medical term amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, it's more common than you may think. Following a head injury, though I can't say that every patient heals in the same way.
But it will heal. I remember, won't I? Ronia gives a sad smile. In that moment, I know she's just as unsure as I am.
Only time will tell. Perhaps, if I ask you questions, it might trigger a memory.
It's worth a shot.
Let's see, where do you live?
It's a city. I remember that. A city. At least I think so. The images are hazy, but when I really think about it, I get flashes of golden sky, clouds stretching as far as I can see.
That's a good start. Do you see anything else?
I close my eyes, like I did earlier with June, and try to remember more. White, gold, and water, no fountains. There were fountains everywhere.
That sounds like gold is, alright. The planet gets its water source from tunnels deep below the Earth. The fountains make it accessible for everyone. To everyone. Let's see if you remember anything else.
Alright, so I was going to save it very quick.
Do you have any siblings?
I don't know. I shake my head slowly. Still nothing comes to mind. I don't know. Ronia frowns. And it's not the most encouraging sight.
I see. Don't push yourself too hard. Oh my gosh, what's happening to me today? Voice cracks left and right. Don't push yourself too hard. We could try again later.
I nod and glance around the room, and once again I'm hit by that smell. I notice now that there's something else mixed into it, something sweet, almost fruity. Can I ask what the smell is?
Oh, it's my mister.
Ronia gestures to a small cylinder-shaped object in the corner of the room.
I can program it to work like sense. This one is my home planet, Talarian. She giggles unexpectedly, as if she didn't mean to say that. I guess I'm a little homesick.
See, I never heard of Talarian. I was gonna see. And your family? You must miss them too. She blinks a little at the question, but rights herself almost instantly.
To be perfectly honest, my parents never had a lot of time for me when I was growing up. I miss my home. I always wanted to travel the system. I've seen far more in the years than most Tyrian see in their entire lives.
Her face drops a little, and I wonder, idly, if not all that she's seen is good.
Not many of us ever leave the planet. With a home so beautiful, I suppose it's difficult to see why anyone would. But I had my reasons.
Why did you leave? She smiles sadly, and I can't help but to feel a little of emotion myself, sinking into my skin like a dew.
What? Don't die, ma'am. If you try to speak like this for the rest of the video, you're gonna die, alright? I wanted to help the people that no one else would.
That's kind of you. Wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna flirt with you yet. Not yet. And did you?
For a time, yes. But even the best intentions aren't always welcomed.
Her face changes. That sadness I've seen glimpse of every now and then coming to the surface once more.
Sometimes things don't go as planned.
I'm sorry to hear that. She smiles at me gratefully, and there's something beautiful about it, something pure and utterly selfless. It strikes me that someone with so much kindness and devotion towards the world should never have to go through such hardships. I can see the only hope that whatever she had to endure has only made her stronger. This thing happened again. The ship lunges violently. I'm not gonna do that again, alright. And Ronia and I grab a chair, fixed securely to the floor, to keep herself from flying across the room. What was that?
Probably just a dust cloud. Yeah, dust clouds. It's very different from gas clouds. Gas clouds are more dangerous, but dust clouds, they make loads of turbulence. Our pilot is usually good at avoiding them, but sometimes the autopilot veers us too close. In short, the autopilot's out to kill us. Yeah, we're all gonna die. Well, we're done here. Besides the death part, best if you go back to your room and get some rest. Your body hasn't fully recovered. Don't you think you can find your way back to your own?
I'm sure I'll manage.
Okay then. I'll bring you some food and refresh clothes. Better than fresh clothes. Fresh clothes are the best type of clothes. In a little while, and check in how you're doing. Gotta watch you change.
I exit the infirmary, heading back in the direction June and I had come from. At least, I think it was this way. I continue walking down the corridor, and I realized all the doors look the same. Maybe I should have asked Ronya to show me the way after all. The corridors are all metal walls, and elaborate circuitry, fluorescent lights everywhere, fluorescent lights evenly spaced hanging from the ceiling, that occasionally patch holding metal sheets together. I look around for some sign, but found nothing, stopping only when I come to the next door. It's larger than the rest of them. It must lead somewhere important. After debating my choices for a minute too long, I suddenly realized there's nothing to lose if I end up walking into the wrong room anyway. Alright, we're going to stop right here for now. Yes. This game is very, very interesting. This game is a free-to-play game, so I can put the link down below. You can play yourself. And hopefully next time I can speak better. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next time.